Hello students, this is an initiative taken by the Director General of Higher Education Haryana. It aims at creating e-content for undergraduate classes, and I already have taken a session on the topic parts of speech, and in continuation of that, this session is being generated to give practice exercises to all of you related to what all we covered in that session. So this contains practice exercises on parts of speech, and practice is the key to success everywhere in every skill acquisition, to gain knowledge, to gain any kind of a learning. It is only with practice and practice alone that you gain confidence on it and you gain accuracy in it, speed in it. So for gaining speed and accuracy, practice is the only mool mantra. The more you practice, the greater will be your efficacy. So let us begin. Look at the first exercise. Here you have to identify and name the part of speech of the underlined words in the given sentences. So I'll just do the first one for you. The first sentence is, she could not recognize him. Recognize is underlined, and see, recognize means pehchanna, or to be able to bring back to your memory the knowledge of someone. So it is a verb, an action word. This is what recognize is functioning as in this sentence. This exercise is in continuation of the previous one, and here also you have to name the part of speech which these underlined words are working as. And in exercise number 2, you have to identify and name the different parts of speech in the given sentences. Now you have to first of all find out whether the words used are parts of speech or not. If yes, then you have to identify which part of speech that word is. Then in exercise number 3, you see there is a jumbled group of words put in a zigzag way, in a fun way. What you have to do is you have to put these as verbs, nouns, adverbs and adjectives wherever they can fit in, wherever their meaning or their function seems to correctly get correctly connected with the respective part of speech. And then further you have to use them in sentences of your own. At least you should be able to make sentences with each part of speech. Make 5 sentences with 5 verbs, 5 with 5 nouns, 5 sentences with 5 adverbs, so on and so forth. Then here in practice exercise number 4, you have to use the following words in sentences of your own as different parts of speech. See, the first one is excite. So I'll do the first example for you. It has to be used as a verb. So for example, the thought of doing trekking in mountains excites me. So excites here is a verb. Then excitement. Children were filled with excitement at the thought of going to an amusement park. As an adjective, I'm really excited about meeting my brother after a long time. This is an adjective here, right? And excitedly would be like, he is working on this project excitedly. This is an adverb here. The rest I'll share some learning resources, online free learning resources with you, where you can do some search and find out various hints and clues and some kind of a help in doing these exercises nicely. Then practice exercise number 5, we also saw the beauty of English language, as the same word can function as different parts of speech in different sentences, conveying different meanings. So on the basis of that, this exercise has been created. Look at the first thing which you need to do. Use the following words in sentences as directed without changing their form, so as to bring out the difference in their meaning clearly. You have to use the word drop as a noun in one sentence, and then you have to use the same word as a verb in the next sentence, and you have to make these sentences on your own. I'll show you an example. For example, drop. The drops of rain on leaves after a heavy rainfall look very beautiful. Or as a verb, will you drop me at the railway station? Now here drop is as a verb. It's the same exercise being continued. Then in this exercise you have to complete the rules related to possessive pronoun and possessive adjective, their definition, what do they mean. And here in this exercise number 7, you will have to select the correct option for possessive pronouns and possessive adjectives in the sentences below. For example, the first one, under possessive pronouns, you have to select one out of the two, mine or mine. I have mine or my. When somebody asks you, do you need a pen, and you already have one, then you say no thanks, I have my own pen or I have mine. And second, under possessive adjective, second case, I have mine or my notebook. Here you will say I have my notebook. Remember, an adjective modifies a noun, and here my shows whose notebook it is. So notebook is a noun, name of an object, and its possession is being denoted by the adjective my. Whereas in the first case, no noun succeeds the words mine or my. So in this case, they are supposed to be possessive pronouns. Let's move on. You have to select the correct option for filling in the blank to describe the possessive case of nouns. Now the possessive case is described or expressed by adding an apostrophe s in the case of living beings, and in the case of non-living things, you use of the expression, right? For example, the leg of the chair, you won't say the chair's leg, because chair is an inanimate object, a lifeless object, but you will say Mohan's arms or Mohan's shoulders, and not shoulders of Mohan, because it is a living being, it's a boy or a man. So accordingly, you have to see which of the two choices should be used to show the possessive case of nouns here. Next, in this exercise number 9, you have to rewrite the following sentences by using possessive pronouns in place of the bold words. I'm doing the first sentence for you. Their house and our house are on the same street. Now here, our house is in bold words, and you have to replace it with a possessive pronoun. So what would we use? Their house and ours are on the same street. Accordingly, you have to do the rest of the sentences. Exercise number 10, you have to choose the right answer to complete the following conversation. Then in exercise 11, you have to fill in the blanks with the appropriate possessive adjective or possessive pronoun out of the words given in the brackets. And this is again the same as the previous exercise. And these are the useful free online resources for practice and learning grammar. These are very helpful, and I'm sure you will learn a lot, and you will feel much more confident when you do more exercises and you do try to get more knowledge on grammar when you search these online resources. And these are the references that have been used to create these exercises for you. Practice is the key, students. Practice, practice, practice till you get it right. There is no other shortcut. There is no substitute for practice. So keep that in mind, and happy studying, happy learning. Thank you so much. Take care. Stay positive. Stay happy. Thank you so much.